first thought about adoption as a kid, it always troubled me that there were lots of children in the world who didn't have mothers.
I kind of felt the same way when I was growing up, that there was a lot of children out there that didn't have the same opportunities that I had when I was growing up, because I had a mom and dad. I had let our social worker know that I wanted to get the referral first, because I wanted to surprise her with our new daughter for the picture.
Finally have a face. I've been dreaming, of this child, and just to finally have a face, to look at, and I remember.
And to dream about.
That.
What was she going to be like? What kind of a personality?
Perfect strangers. I would show this picture too. I mean, anywhere I went, do you want to see a picture of my daughter? And when we got in, they said, you'll get the babies sometime today, but we don't think you're going to get them until tonight.
Exactly. And we were all set. We were unpacking. We were just saying.
Yeah, and I was kind of taking our time.
And we were kind of just, okay, we're here, all right. And then they come all
they're banging on
our
the
door and said, get ready, we're going to get a child now. And we're going, oh.
And they handed her to me
first.
And she was scared to death.
Oh, she was.
And what she did is she just took hold of my shirt with her hand like this, and she didn't let go. A year after we were home with Kristen, we knew that we wanted, at least one more child. I was looking through these pictures, and they had said to me there were boys, older boys from China, and there was one picture that just really stood out to me. He was so scared, and he just shut down, and he had his head down, and he didn't even talk to me. 4 different people asked him in Chinese. 2 of them were government people. One was our facilitator, and a third one was someone who was traveling with one of the other people who happened to speak, fluent Mandarin. Had them all ask him if he wanted to be adopted, and if he wanted to be adopted by me, and if he wanted to come to America. And he answered yes, all 4 times. Found us, and I joke and say it was our accidental adoption. And next thing I know, I'm looking over at him, and he's got tears streaming down his cheeks, and he says to me, "That's our daughter. You got to go get her."
I was teaching Bobby and telling him about the sacraments, and at the end of my story, I asked him, I said, "Do you want to come to know Jesus as your Lord and Savior?" He said, "Yes." And unbeknownst to me, while I've been doing this, his younger sister had been listening too. And she said, "I want to too, Dad." So I led both my kids to Christ.
I think one of the neatest things about adopting is to really understand how much it's part of God's plan and how much that's His heart. Because when you look at it scripturally, and just the very basic fact of it, that as a Christian we're grafted into the vine, we're adopted sons and daughters of God.